Here on this channel, MayFly Media, we bring you guys raw, uncut interviews. The interview you're about to watch is about a young lady named Jasmine that's not only struggling with a drug addiction, but also is trying to cope with many losses in her life. This is one of the most real interviews I've ever done, and it's also very touching as well. Okay, Jasmine, where are you from?
So originally, I'm from New Jersey, born there. I moved to Miami when I was about 15 years old. Went to high school in Miami, college in Miami, and currently now residing in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, okay. And how are you liking it here so far?
Fort Lauderdale has its good and its bad, like anywhere, but right now, honestly, I fucking hate it here. It's miserable as shit, if I'm being honest.
Okay, and why do you say that? What's going on?
Well, I mean, I've put myself in a situation where my life is pretty sucky. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's people who have it way worse than me, but right now, drugs, homeless, living on the streets in some of the most shitty neighborhoods like Town, Sistrunk, the
Mm,
city, places that are saturated with drugs and gangs and violence and prostitution and all the things that you don't want for your life.
I hear
And I
you.
don't know how the fuck I got here. Well,
Uh,
I do, but I don't.
okay. And how did you grow up? Did you grow up with both parents?
So I started out with both my parents. They got divorced. After they got divorced, my dad was kind of in and out, and then out. But I had a great stepdad. My mom was always there for us. My mom, single mom, she worked hard. She always kept the roof over our head. Always kept food in the fridge. Never let anybody see us struggle.
Mm,
So I mean, I didn't have the most perfect picture, perfect, but
right.
it wasn't the worst. I had love. Wasn't abused.
Mm.
Uh,
How's your relationship with your mom?
Me and my mom are best friends. I hate her and I love her at the same time, but can't nobody tell you nothing about my mom. I love that lady. She's batshit crazy too.
When last you spoke to her?
A couple days ago.
Oh, okay. So you're keeping in contact with her.
I am. I mean, I wasn't for a while just because no internet, no phone. Phone
Yeah.
got sold or broken or whatever. But my sister always reaches out
Mm,
to like my mother-in-law or my boyfriend's Facebook or something. I try to keep in contact with at least one of my sisters, my mom. At least let them know I'm alive
you're okay.
and I'm okay.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
nothing else.
And what about the relationship with your dad?
I haven't. Well, my real dad, he reaches out like on my birthday and shit here and there. He'll like a Facebook picture, but physically seeing him and like being in his presence, I have
Mm,
not seen him in person since my oldest son was born. That was 17 years ago.
mm. Oh, okay. Wow, that's a
I
while.
did him the good grace of taking his grandson to meet him in person, and we had a
Mm,
great weekend, and that was it.
mm.
But he's a rolling stone, as it were.
I hear you.
Yeah, he's something else.
Jasmine, what's your favorite color?
Red.
Red. Mm, interesting. I would have guessed pink, but
Nah, I'm not really a pink girl. Don't get me wrong, pink's cool and all, but red is more my speed.
hmm
Never really been the whole girly girl. Don't get me wrong. I can put on a dress and heels with the best of them, do my makeup, but I prefer to be comfy in my Jordans and my basketball shorts. And
and you look good too.
thank
You
you,
look
thank you,
great.
thank you, thank you.
And what about siblings? Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I've got two annoying ass little sisters. Pains in my asses. One lives in Georgia currently. The other one lives with my mom in Central Florida. They both got kids, and I mean, I talk to them. I talk to my one sister more than the other, but me
Hmm.
and her never really were besties or anything.
And how was your life growing up with them?
We fought just like any siblings did. Regular fights over makeup, stealing clothes, and stuff. But I'll defend my sisters in a heartbeat. I can fight with them all day, but can't nobody do anything to my sisters. I'll kill somebody about my sisters.
Mm. So you have a
I
great.
mean,
So
I
you
do
have.
regular,
Hmm.
sibling relationship,
Hmm.
fighting over dumb stuff like the TV remote and the phone and girl shit. Who's gonna be in the bathroom the longest?
Mm. And now, what's are you the oldest or?
I am the oldest. I'm
Hmm.
the firstborn, the best of the best.
How old are you?
I am 38 years old. I'll be 39 in August.
Wow,
I'm an old
nice,
lady.
nice. You look good though.
Thank
You
you.
look good.
I try. Must be
And
all the walking the streets keeps me fit. Got the best legs in Tater Towner, so I've been heard.
could be, could be.
I don't know. That's what they say.
And what about your relationship status, past or present?
Currently I am with the same knucklehead ass nigga I've been with for almost 10 years now, since 2017, on and off. Um, Things are a little rocky right now, but I'm almost positive it has a lot to do with drugs.
Mm-hmm.
More so on his part because he just wants to, love everybody.
Mm.
But he loves me. He wants to be with me. He doesn't necessarily want to be in a relationship with them. He just wants to, stick his dick and everything.
I hear you.
And that can get messy
Mm.
and hurtful. But hopefully things change with the conversations that have been had lately about going to rehab and getting things back to where they need to be.
I hear you. And you say you have a boyfriend now. Have you ever been married before?
I have not been married. I've been engaged to him a few times,
Mm-hmm.
and rings have been thrown into bodies of water,
Mm.
and breakups have happened due to situations we've had situations where I've had to break up with him for him to realize that you can't continue to disrespect and try me and
Mm.
think that I'm always going to be there and allow you to do that.
I
Like,
hear
I have
you.
to stand my ground, and if that means that I have to do something hard and tough and step away from you for the betterment of me, which is
Mm-hmm.
also something that's been said recently,
Mm-hmm.
then that's what has to be done. As hard as that may be, sometimes it's what needs to be done.
I hear you. I hear you.
But as of right now, that knucklehead is currently welcome to death row. He's not going anywhere.
Oh
He's
man.
gonna go nowhere if he wanted to.
Mm. And what about kids?
I have two kids, not with him. Two boys. One is 17 and the other is 14.
And who are they with?
Currently, they live with their dad in Jersey. I do talk to them pretty regularly, maybe not as often as when they were younger, but like they're 17 and 14. Hanging
Mm.
out with their friends. My 17-year-old has a girlfriend or like 100.
Mm.
He's getting ready, for college and things like that. So, but I talk to my kids regularly, FaceTime with them.
So you all have a great relationship.
We've bettered our relationship recently because things were their dad, even though he's a wonderful father and he's great with them, he was bitter. I
Mm.
don't know why he was bitter with me. He was the one who cheated, and I should have been bitter. But he had his moments where he wouldn't let me speak to them or wouldn't pick up the phone and things like that, which is
Mm-hmm.
unfair. But I can't control what he does, and I never allowed my kids to know or see that. I just,
Mm-hmm.
you know, take it in stride.
Okay. So the kids are not with you.
No,
They're with
but
their dad.
not because of like any courts or anything. Like just
Right.
a personal agreement between him and I.
Now, what happened with you and their dad? How did things fell apart?
Well, he was a drinker.
Mm-hmm.
Now don't get me wrong, he worked. He worked overnights. I worked days, but he would come home drunk, and I would need him to watch our kids, and he couldn't do that. Like my kids were alone,
Mm-hmm.
opening the door. Like that couldn't happen, and he was again a cheater. Like
Mm-hmm.
slept with everybody I know. Slept with my cousin while our baby shower was happening, and it just got to the point where I just couldn't take it anymore. But I very calmly packed his things,
Mm-hmm.
called his brother and told his brother, "You need to come get him." He
Mm-hmm.
still would come over and babysit the kids at our home that we shared at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. But that's weird. He he just wasn't welcome in our home anymore, and we tried living together after that, like platonically, just
Yeah.
for the kids, and it worked for a little while
Mm-hmm.
until it didn't, and he put his hands on me.
Oh.
Thankfully, it was while the kids were asleep, so the kids didn't see anything, but
Mm-hmm.
to the point where I was almost not breathing, and that was the final straw where I was like, no,
You had to go.
you gotta go.
Yeah.
But as of recently, we're co-parenting pretty well. We spend Christmas all together in the same home,
Mm.
opening gifts
Okay.
together Christmas
Wow.
morning instead of doing the whole separate Christmas thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool for a couple of days, and then it's time to go.
So it's one of those situations where you guys are great apart but bad when you're together.
Yeah, well, we were young,
Mm-hmm.
and when I found out I was pregnant, him and I were not in a relationship. We
Mm.
had sex once, and I got pregnant. I told him that I was pregnant. I also told him I was just doing the right thing and letting him know because I
Mm-hmm.
knew for a fact it was his, and they both of my children are. Uh, that he didn't need to be involved, and if it wasn't something he wanted to be a part of, then that was cool too. But he had the option to do so. And we
Right.
didn't talk for 6 months of the pregnancy with
Right.
my first son, and then he called one day and said, "Hey, did you stop smoking like weed and stuff like that?" I was like, "Of course I did." And he was like, "Okay, good. I want to go to," and then he moved in, and I just feel like we tried to do what was the right thing
Mm-hmm.
for the kid,
Right.
and we really didn't know each other well enough to even want to be in a relationship. Not that we didn't like each other; like we had a great chemistry and we were cool and all that, but
Mm-hmm.
that's not just a reason to be in a relationship or move in with somebody or have a kid with somebody. But
Right, right. And you said that he knows the kid is his. You said that as if he questioned it before.
so in the beginning, he was like, "Well, I don't even know you. Like I slept with you once." You know what I mean? Which he's not wrong for. As a man, I understand that, but
Right.
I know who I slept with and who I didn't sleep with,
Mm.
regardless of who I hung out with. And I go out. I didn't sleep around with many people. I hung out with plenty of people, but
Right.
I didn't necessarily have sexual relations with those people,
Those
especially
people.
unprotected.
Got you.
And even with him, it wasn't unprotected. The condom broke. Like we knew it broke.
Oh,
We knew
okay.
there was a chance.
Oh, okay. Got you.
So
Got you.
yeah.
Got you. And
But my kids are definitely his kids. They look just like him and me. And I mean, I told him he was happy to take a paternity test, and he did, and he was wrong, so he had to pay for them out of pocket.
mm,
Ha ha, Chris.
yeah. And do you have any poisons? Like, do you do any drugs?
So up until recently, I mean, I like weed. Uh, High school and college days or whatever. Like when I was working 3 4 jobs, I did that with coke, ecstasy, but nothing was ever really like a oh my god take over your life situation. Like
Right.
I did perks on a daily basis, but I had pain. I still
Mm-hmm.
got up every day and paid my bills. Like I wasn't cleaning out my bank accounts. I wasn't robbing anybody. I was going to work, paying my bills, taking care of my home, and using my money that I earned to pay for my stuff.
Right.
That's not a justification at all. Don't do it, guys. Stay away from drugs. But up until recently, last year, this little flock friend or mup, as it's called out here in the streets,
Mm-hmm.
I could still kick it. I have done it before,
Right.
but it's a motherfucker.
Mm.
Like a real motherfucker, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it. Don't do any of it.
When
Stick
did
to
you,
pot.
when and how did you start doing it?
So it was sometime in August of last year. Um, my current boyfriend, he used to be a user of this drug before we got together in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
The entire time we were together, even though I knew he had previously used it, never was an issue. Never really got brought up or talked about because it wasn't something he craved or anything. At least I thought there was a couple of times I found out that he did dibble and dabble with it, but like once or twice, like here and
Mm-hmm.
there. Whatever, shit happens. We're adults. You move on. Um, I found out this time around when I moved in with him that he was using again. And I didn't start using it right away because he would smoke outside. He wasn't smoking in the house. Wasn't really in my face.
Mm-hmm.
But he kept saying I was judging him. And I was judging him. And I was judging him, which is not true. I just didn't understand why, after so long, would you go back to it? Like, what was the reasoning? What changed? And I just couldn't take it anymore one day. And I was like, you know what? I'm not judging you. Let me hit the freaking joint.
Mm-hmm.
And I did. And it has a taste and a smell that's addicting, like cocaine almost, like candy.
Mm-hmm.
It's sweet and tastes good and smells good and it makes you want it, just like any drug, and you chase that. And it fucking sucks. And it's cheap in comparison to like cocaine and shit like that, like
Mm-hmm.
dirt cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Like $5 will
Wow.
get you a couple of joints.
Wow.
Piece of shit drug.
And have you tried winging off of it before?
So I have. I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily use all the time. I've been doing it more lately. I've been more stressed now that we're homeless and things are crazy. And now the way I'm acquiring funds to pay for room and board, food, life in general is stressful and long hours and painful
Mm-hmm.
mentally, emotionally. So I kind of try to numb it. And I've stopped before. I've functioned and had my job and did all those things I did before while on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm a great functioning addict with just about anything. I'm very high functioning.
Mm-hmm.
You'd never know I was on drugs unless you knew me.
Mm-hmm.
But this one here, obviously, I've lost like 60 pounds. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still here. Not winning away. I eat every day, but
Mm-hmm.
you sweat and you walk.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I got the best legs in Tater Town. Uh, so I mean, I know I can get myself off of it. And like I said, me and him we're gonna go to rehab.
Mm-hmm.
We started going before he AMA'd. I followed,
Mm-hmm.
check on him in the streets to make sure he wasn't dead. Nobody else was going to. But this time we're not gonna do that, or I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna stay clear. I can do it without it, but I'm gonna do it because the support's always good to have. So next time you guys see me, I'll be a whole different person.
And fentanyl swept the streets lately.
Oh.
What's your experience with that drug?
So I have not ever come in contact with it personally that I know of,
Mm-hmm.
because obviously it's possible, and I just didn't, thank God,
Mm-hmm.
have a bad experience. But recently in October, my best friend of 30 years and also my ex died from an accidental fentanyl overdose. The first time he ever touched it, and this was the strongest person I ever knew, and that shit right there rocked me to my core.
I'm
Like
sorry
that,
to hear that.
that shit. I still can't believe it to this day that he's gone, bro. Like I still can't. And in the streets now, like literally in the past month or two, I've literally had to save the same person twice from overdosing and another kid, like rolling around on the floor, seizing, and nobody, pretty much, well, not nobody, but most people didn't care.
Mm.
They wouldn't even call 911, wouldn't do anything. Like, how you just gonna sit there and watch somebody die, bro? Like, what is wrong with you people? Because
Mm.
you're so high or so worried about getting high or picking their pocket. Like, what the fuck is wrong with the world, bro? Like,
Mm.
oh, please stop, bro. Like, I've been in behavioral health. I've worked in detox. I've worked in rehab. Narcanning, you guys, is not fun, bro. It's not, and it takes a toll on your body. And one time could be the last time, bro. Literally, my best friend today, I watched this man sniff kilos of cocaine for years and take Adderalls and run around in the hot sun, and his heart was healthy enough. He got medical clearance for this shit, and he touched fentanyl once, and he was dead in minutes. Minutes. Never had any kids. Never was able to do anything that he well, most of the things he set his mind to after he got out of prison and changed his life, and he's gone.
Mm.
Please, bro, stop using this shit. She's
Mm.
not. It's not worth it.
Mm.
The high is not even a good high, apparently, from what I hear. What are you doing it for?
Mm.
For what?
Mm. And hopefully you touch someone with those words.
I pray
Definitely.
that I did, because ever since he's passed away, that's why I went into behavioral health. I felt like if I can save at least one person, bro, one person, it will matter. At
Mm-hmm.
least one person, whether it's myself or somebody else. Like, please, bro, don't do this shit.
And I can see it's still really affecting you.
I wasn't able to go to his funeral. I wasn't allowed to because his family blamed me for breaking up with him. That
Mm-hmm.
he would have never turned to any of those things if I would have never left. I wasn't allowed to go to the funeral. I wasn't allowed to go to the viewing. I wasn't allowed to go to the celebration of life. I wasn't allowed to go anywhere. Most of our friends have stopped talking to me. Nobody will speak to me. Our apartment that we shared together, everything got sold off. Our
Mm.
dogs, I don't even know where they are. I don't know anything about what's happened. Like, our entire life, my entire life from before. Like, yeah, okay, I wasn't living there, but that was still my friend. I still talk to him I talked to him the day before he overdosed when I was in treatment.
Mm.
He was my emergency contact. He brought me clothes. That was still my best friend, bro.
Mm.
And he's gone, and he's never coming back.
Harsh but true. And
And
I'm
that could be your
sorry.
mom or your sister or your brother or your best friend, your
Mm-hmm.
kid.
Mm.
Stop, bro. Please stop. Like, it's not that, drugs are not that important, bro. Fuck drugs.
Yeah.
Smoke weed, if anything. Stay the fuck home. I don't know. Find healthy shit to do. Anything.
Mm.
Stop. All these fucking man-made, synthetic, fucking lab-created, bathroom fucking bath salt drugs, bro. This shit is killing everybody. Doesn't matter. Nobody is above that shit. Nobody's stronger than it. Nobody's more resilient than it. You can't beat it.
And I'm sorry you had to experience that. Yeah. Now, what about your educational background?
Highest FCAT score in the state. Highest SAT score in the state. Spelling bee champ. Script spelling bee champ. 3 years running. First place. College graduate, master's degree. Literally, drugs can fuck anybody's life up. Doesn't matter who you are. Doctors, lawyers, cops, presidents,
Mm.
politicians. You can go from the top to the bottom so quick. Just less than a year ago, I had a house, a car, two dogs. We're going on vacations every week. Nails done, hair done, everything. And now I don't have fucking 10 cents in my wallet, but I had $25 just an hour ago, and I spent it on drugs and food
Mm.
because I eat every day. So I like
Mm-hmm.
snacks. But what do I have to show for the last year?
Mm.
Nothing but loss.
Wow.
Nothing but loss.
And what do you do now for income?
I am a sex worker,
Mm.
prostitute,
Okay. And how long have you been doing that?
since August of last year. I actually started right before my birthday. Sold myself all my birthday. Actually, just came from doing just that. Literally, that's all I do all day, almost every day, all day, 24 hours a day. Some days I don't sleep for 3, 4 days, walking the streets back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, the same streets, the same cars, the same miserable. Trust me, I hate it. I fucking hate it. I hate myself. I hate all of it. But we
Now,
have
how was you introduced to that?
some friends of mine were already doing it, and they unfortunately had worn themselves so thin and so exhausted that they were going to stand to miss a very big client that thankfully was not a sexual act client. It was more of just a company situation and a very professional one at that.
Right.
And I didn't want my friends to have to go into any situation exhausted or lose something that, is their livelihood, regardless of what that may be. So I helped out,
Hmm.
and it just kind of spiraled from there. But then we had our apartment, and we were, posting online on a website where, these things are
Hmm.
at, and it was a little more less stressful. But even then, I had my issues. Like I still cry every day. Like every time I have to deal with somebody.
Hmm.
For the most part, I have a lot of really great regulars. For you guys who are watching this, thank you for being good people that
Hmm.
I don't have to necessarily do anything sexual with. They just like my energy, and we hang out and we get something to eat, or we just talk or whatever. But
Right. Right.
in the beginning, like, even the thought of having to, go through with these, oral or intercourse things, literally, like, it haunts me, bro. I have nightmares.
Mm.
I've been raped. I've been thrown out of cars. I've been held at gunpoint, knife point. I could be dead right now. I could die today, and nobody would even know it.
Mm. Do you filter out the guys that you actually go on dates with?
So I try to be very cautious and candid with everybody, every car that I get into. Like, if I feel a bad vibe, or like I feel like there's a cop around, or the cars just don't look right, or the energy's off, I will not get in the car. I don't care. I will go home broke.
Mm.
I will not get in the car. And I try, obviously, of course, if I have a bad experience, like, I remember tag numbers.
Hmm.
I remember cars.
Hmm.
I remember, people who gave me fake bills, or if they gave me their phone number. Like, trust me, I take note of that shit. I do.
Mm.
Just like those 7 guys that raped me last week. I know your address. I know where you guys live. I remember your car and your tag number.
But not all the Johns are bad, right? You do have some nice
No,
ones.
they're not. Honestly, for the most part,
Yeah.
I've had more good experiences than bad.
Bad, right.
And most people, like my regulars, like I said, they know me, and we've sat and had conversations much like I'm having with you, and they can't understand why, and they want to help me. Like, I have clients that want to help me get out of this life, that know that I'm better than this, and
Mm.
are willing to help me,
Help
or
you out.
put me in the positions to get away from these situations.
Mm.
So, for, like I said, for those people, thank you.
Mm.
Thank you for not being dickheads, and okay, yes, you guys came out, originally to,
Hmm.
solicit a female, and okay, yes, you did in the beginning, but, and maybe still do, but at least you guys are decent individuals, and you're not, dirtbags, and want to hurt or harm, or be assholes. So
Right.
thank you for that. At least we know there's some good still in the world, even in this bullshit
Mm.
that's going on.
That's the truth. Jasmine, what's your favorite TV show?
I don't even watch TV anymore, but if I had to pick a TV show, I guess I would say
Past or present?
American Horror Story.
Oh, okay.
I'm dark.
That's a good one.
I have problems.
That's a good one. I like that one as well.
It's great, but that
Yeah.
last one wasn't. It wasn't what it was. That last season was just whack.
Yeah. The earlier
Kim
seasons were the
Kardashian does
best.
not belong on American Horror Story. Stop the madness. Bring back my boy,
Mm.
please, and thank you.
Yeah, that's definitely a
Evan
classic.
Peters, please bring him back.
That's definitely a classic. What's your living situation right now?
I So technically, I'm homeless. We were living with my boyfriend's mom, um, and everything was fine up until recently. There was a situation where she thought somebody had taken something of hers, and she thought it was us. It was not either of us. But unfortunately, she changed locks, put all our stuff outside, and we have been homeless now for like 3 weeks. But recently, she has allowed us to come back in the house under conditions that we only are there when she's there, like after when she's off of work, and in the morning, we get up and start our day, which is not an issue for me because I've always gotten up with her in the morning, made coffee, gotten our niece ready for school, and things of that nature. We can shower, we can eat, we can watch TV, we can sleep, we can Everything else is pretty much
Yeah.
normal, just hours are different.
Mm. So that's where you
And we
sleep
don't
at
have a
night,
housekeeper.
and that's where you
Not
sleep at
every
night.
night, because obviously some nights, I'm out all night or whatever,
Hmm.
but I try to go home every day. I
Oh,
want
okay.
to go home every day. Trust me. I don't ever want to leave the house. Ever.
Gotcha.
If I can stay in the house forever, I will. Mom, if you're watching this, I want to be home. Play your side, what do we have?
Now, does your boyfriend know what you do?
Yes.
He does.
He's actually a big pusher of the situation.
Hmm.
He thinks he's a pimp, but he's not. But we let him think whatever he wants to think in his head.
What's the craziest thing that's happened to you since you've been out here?
Getting raped by 7 men in one day,
Oh
one
man,
time.
sorry to hear that.
Yeah. But let the streets tell it. You're out here doing what you're doing. You should have known that you were gonna, dick is dick. It's just dick, is what I've been told. And I disagree with that statement. I don't care if I'm a prostitute. I don't care if I'm a schoolgirl. I don't care if I'm a nun. If you say no, it's still no. We
Correct.
still have the right to sell our bodies, still our choice. We still have the right to say no. They don't own us. Yeah, okay, you pay for something and that's fine, but you pay for something that we agreed to. Anything outside of that is not part of the agreement.
Mm. What do you do for therapy, Jasmine? Like,
I
what's your
do
getaway?
drugs.
What's your getaway? Do
I
you?
do drugs. I've been trying to get to the beach for 6 months now,
Hmm.
and the streets are designed to not let you get what you want because you're too busy chasing either your high or the money or everything else. But today, I'm going to the beach.
And so you don't have any hobbies, anything like that?
I mean, my one of my biggest hobbies used to be, and I'm trying to get back there, is music, writing music, and making beats and producing. Like I have music videos on YouTube and SoundCloud still to this day, like that I produced, wrote all the lyrics, rap, beats, video, everything.
Mm.
Lots of views. I almost was signed to Atlantic Records, but I turned it down to finish high school.
Mm.
I would like to get back to at least the therapeutic part of that.
Gotcha.
And
Gotcha.
hopefully with rehab and getting back into therapy and stuff like that'll be something that right now I just don't have it in me I'm not there creatively. I'm not like
Mm.
I'm a different person and I don't even know who I am anymore. Like I know who I was, but I don't
Right.
know who I am.
Right.
I'm damaged. I'm fucked up because of the choices that I made.
Mm.
And I can't blame anybody, nobody. Yes, okay, things were brought to me or, put in front of me. But at the
Hmm.
end of the day, I made the choice to do it. Like I can't be mad at anybody but myself.
Mm.
Nobody held a gun to my head, at least, for that
Mm.
matter. But I can't be mad at anybody but myself. But my boyfriend about to be mad at me if we don't finish the interview and I don't get back
Okay.
to wherever the hell he's at.
Yeah.
Because he probably has no idea where I am.
Yeah. Okay, Jasmine, that was a great interview.
All right, guys. Don't
Um,
do drugs, please. Love
I,
each other.
I wish you the best in the future.
Thank you.
I hope everything works out for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And maybe I'll see you guys again soon and can do a follow up.
Yeah. The next time I see you, I hope you know you're on a better path.
I will be.
Thank
May
you.
not be perfect, but I will be.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Bye, guys.